Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Geek Switch podcast, turning you on to everything new and nerdy. This is episode 92 for May 7th, 2014.
Dude, what a lovely intro.
No. Did you seriously stumble over that, Luke? I mean, how long have you been doing this podcast?
Hey, man, it's been a long day.
Here's the better question. What's a podcast?
What is a podcast? Do you even podcast?
This isn't a podcast. This is a continuous clusterfuck, is what it is.
It is a continuous clusterfuck. That is.
I'd like to volunteer to be the fucker. If anybody wants to be fucky. No, okay.
I think that's our listeners' ear holes.
Oh my god.
Yes. I'm violating your ear holes with my voice.
And penis.
Yeah, we all feel violated already. So this is the Geek Switch podcast, as you may have guessed. I'm your host, Tony Livingston, and I'm joined by the usual cast of characters. We've got Fury, as you heard.
Hi.
We are joined by the lovely Robin.
Hi, I'm busy PRing because you guys suck at actually announcing what's going on right now.
Hey, I'm doing it right now, too.
I do it faster.
That's Dante, also promoting furiously. And of course, Luke. Last but not least. On one of his last, possibly, podcast appearances, unless we figure out schedule stuff.
If the lag isn't terrible.
Right, at least one of the last from the U.S.
Yes, definitely that.
So, Luke, how is all that going? Getting ready? Are you all packed up yet, or?
No, but I do have my interview 3 weeks from today for the university. So if that goes well, I won't really have to, flee immigration, which would be nice. So.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Wait, immigration, where are you going?
Japan. There'll be
He's
Japanese
leaving us.
scenes going on.
Would you mind sending me, like used panties from a vending machine? That would be awesome.
I figure I just need to start a import-export business, primarily dealing in used panties.
I want my fucking 7-Eleven Gundams, is what I want.
Okay, used panties at 7-Eleven Gundams.
I shit you not. I don't know what it is with Japan, but they have a weird partnership with 7-Eleven, and they have special limited edition every few years Gundams branded with 7-Eleven or 7-Eleven colors, and it's fucking weird. One
It's
just
like
came out
Monopoly in McDonald's.
today.
Yeah, that's a good parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make much sense, but sure. Corporate branding, why not?
But they're expensive as shit, too, though, to import.
Actually, I think a better analogy would be Duck Dynasty and Walmart.
Yeah, that's a bit close. Yeah. Except that's kind of died out, too, because Duck Dynasty isn't doing so well.
I'm not going to lie, but...
Great, I'm glad we brought up Duck Dynasty and killed the podcast.
Yes.
Luke, tell us more about what you've been up to, maybe in preparation or other stuff that you've been up to besides that.
A little bit in preparation. It's paperworks, which is always fun. A little bit of packing, selling things off. Video games, so I need to stock up because, the 3DS is region locked, so I have to, prepare and stock up for stuff I can't get there easy.
It's only region locked for 3DS games, though. It is not. Regular DS games are not region locked because I have Super Robot Wars and the Jump All-Star Superstars, which is like Super Smash Brothers with anime characters.
Yeah, but I also have the PS Vita, which isn't region locked, which is awesome. But other than that, it's just been school and work, which I'm done with. Today was my last shift. I just cut off that.
Hey, grats.
Yeah, I've been working there way too long. I will not be sad to see that go.
So, were there any last day hijinks? Where do you work? Where did you?
I did work at a writing center. I was a writing tutor.
Nice. So, any hijinks? Did a mic drop? Threw papers up? Well, fuck this job. Or
Change someone's paper into a bunch of profanity.
Yes.
Should have done that. But
rolled
I
up some
did-
papers real tight and shoved it up somebody's ass sideways.
I
might
don't
have to,
think,
like,
I
come
don't
in
think you
tomorrow
understand
to
what a
do it.
writing center is, Fury. I think maybe we should walk you through this.
I'm
Not
more
really.
concerned with the fact that why Luke was never the fucking editor when we were actually doing articles, considering how terrible of a writer I am.
So, Luke, did you
That's
write
true.
erotica in the writing center? Maybe like the newest sexy Harry Potter?
In the writing center, no. But
Out of it? Yeah!
He's writing yaoi. Yaoi fanfic.
free cross fiction,
Furry, not Fury, right?
both.
Hot.
That's why it's cross fiction.
So that's Fury with a Torrent, right?
I find that
Fury
Tails give you better grip and
Fury with
leverage.
Furies. Oh.
And balance when it comes down to it.
Happened.
I don't even. I,
We have broken Tony. It's a
where do we go
miracle.
from here?
Everywhere. That's
Well,
where
I
we go.
mean-
There is absolutely no segue to anything.
oh yeah, there is with WoW.
Right. Porn! Yeah, let's talk about Luke.
Luke porn.
What? Yes.
Yeah, the porn that's lukewarm. Okay.
All right, guys. Maybe
Oh,
we can start
speaking
with
of porn, how are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing
Segue.
good.
Alright.
Let's see. What on my list here is the most like porn? Hearthstone? Is that?
No,
That's
no, no,
swapping.
Tony.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is not anything like porn. Thank you.
It's as addictive as.
Some people can be addicted to it, sure.
No.
I
Well,
guess.
you do have a comment in there that says "stick it to the man." I mean, that's
Oh, that's true. I got that for the PlayStation 4. It's the free PlayStation Plus game this month. I don't know if anyone else has a chance to play it on. I think it's on Vita too, maybe. Luke, can you confirm?
In a second.
Maybe it's PS3 that it's on. It had cross-buy with something, I think. But it's kind of a 2D adventure solving platformer game. There is some action to it, but it's mostly going through the levels and getting different items to make different things happen throughout it. And it's got this kind of Ren and Stimpy style art to it. Kind of quirky sense of humor.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's I probably wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't free from PlayStation Plus at this point. But
I'm more concerned with the fact that you're playing the Blizzard product.
oh, you want to go back to Hearthstone?
Yeah, I'm severely confused on you're playing a Blizzard product.
Well, I downloaded it for my computer.
Wait, you have a computer? I thought you
Apparently-
only had consoles.
Do you have a computer that actually fucking works?
I'm on it right now with you guys. This
Lies.
right here.
Lies and deceit.
I thought you did this from a Game Boy.
yeah,
no,
it's,
actually,
it's usually
I thought this
green and
was
black.
weird.
No, my Game Boy's over there. Sorry, I would grab it, but no, I use that strictly for sticker making with the Game Boy camera. No, but seriously, I decided to give it a shot because for some reason they won't put it out on iPhone. They just want to put it on an iPad, which I think is dumb.
I don't think it would work well on the
After
iPhone.
playing it, it would totally work on iPhone. I don't want to hear that. That was
Maybe if they made
the
a
worst argument.
6-inch iPhone, not a tiny itty bitty little.
The resolution's good enough. You can read really small stuff on there.
See the size of my fingers and probably the size of your fingers? Most people that will play this game don't have little girly thin fingers. They have fat chubby mitts. Sorry.
And that's
The smaller
fine
the
if
screen,
not
the
everyone
harder
can
it's
play
going
it,
to
but
be.
I want to have the option is all I'm saying. Let me at least try to play it that way.
In this episode, Robin and Tony talk about fingering.
Go
Okay.
on, please.
You guys are really on a dirty streak tonight. I don't know what's up with you guys, but
I'm tired. My filter is off. I'm
I'm gonna-
sorry. I warned you.
Throw a brick at you.
I'm just glad I'm not the one in the middle of it this time. That's just all I'm saying.
you know it's bad when Robin and I are on the same side on this one.
I'm so sorry.
I'm more irritated that it took us 20 minutes to actually start this when I was only like 2 minutes late. Like, why isn't this working right now when I'm on? Why?
The fun part is, I was there 15 minutes before we were supposed to start. Actually, it was more like 20 minutes and still didn't get on.
That's because
So,
no one likes you, Tony. No one wanted to invite you to a thing.
Yeah, the Google Plus hates us all. Google has been doing all sorts of weird stuff, like their Google Docs changed this week. Now we have to use the app. Can't look at it in the Drive app.
Oh,
I don't know why they split it up like that.
So, do you just want to dive into this week's topics and just like start?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm happy to bitch about. No. I'm happy to bitch about Google this week. Yes.
We can do a little bit of that. I still had a little more to talk about, I guess. I'm sorry to jump ahead. I just got a little off track, but yeah, Hearthstone pretty good. I've only played it for like 2 hours or so before my laptop battery started dying. I went and plugged it in.
So what are you playing Hearthstone on? Your PC?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Nice.
it's not like it
I
has
can't.
heavy like requirements. You could probably play it on a Chromebook.
Yeah, and I mean, I can play it with all the stuff turned up, but I actually just turn all the graphics down so I can try and save some battery and play it mobily more.
Well,
So-
they actually. This is a good point to into this whole. They want to do something called Hearthstone Fireside Chats, which is like their version of Barcraft events or something like that. Is if you have multiple people on the same subnet, there's an option to play people locally to you, and you actually get a special card back
Bonus.
for doing it.
Right.
You get a reward once for doing it. Congratulations.
I was thinking about using something like Evolve or one of the other like fake your IP kind of things.
Just to hop around.
It's just like everybody
Or
get
you-
in my room.
Or you could just have human interaction, Dante. Would it
Fuck
be
that! I work in
Human
IT.
interaction?
Alright.
Dude, I'm going to a
I'll say a
convention
lot.
in a month. I mean, that's enough
Exactly.
interaction.
Perfect. Why don't you just go get it then?
They're having a mayonnaise eating contest.
Ew, what the
Oh.
why?
It's a
That-
fan event at the convention. It is not convention sponsored,
Good.
but us being
Because-
part of myself being part of med staff, it's one of those. We have to send somebody, don't we? And then one of some of the guys on medical goes, "I volunteer," and we're like, "To work it?" Or he's like, "Both." Just like
Can't
everybody
do
else.
both.
It's like,
No.
no. Everyone give him their barf bags because he's gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way that you're going to escape mayonnaise vomit. Because that's
I don't
the
even
only
know-
way people will stop, is when the body says, no more, no more,
You
no
know,
more.
I've seen ramen,
actually-
I've seen milk, I've seen water, I've seen alcohol. I have never seen what the fuck comes up out of someone after mayonnaise. Just
Violent mayonnaise.
Well, actually,
Surprise.
if you're interested in mayonnaise vomit, maybe you should try Amazing Spider-Man 2, the video game. Because what
you should send that
pile
in
of
to them as a
mayonnaise
review. This game is mayonnaise vomit.
I was actually gonna say,
that's a little harsh, I think, but
Dante, you know, if you want to work this, I think this will be valuable resume building experience that you can put on your resume for when you apply to work the AVNs.
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
I am not the jizz mopper of the crew. That's Tony. He was the sperm delivery dude.
If that's the position
First
you're
off,
applying for,
not
then
true.
good luck.
secondly,
Okay, I didn't call you
you're
a.
totally
you weren't-
misrepresenting everything at this point.
I'm
Like,
wait,
Mopper,
wait.
when did this come into play?
So
When did I
tell
start
me,
mopping things? I don't.
You're saying you never spilled any of your possible biological deliveries.
Man, I wish I had like the ability to mute everyone and just talk about things that are
Never
actually not
transported.
this.
I never transported any male bodily fluids. And I never had.
So
I did
you
spill them, but
have
no.
a bunch of dried dead sperm in your body. Got it.
in this episode, Dante and Tony talk about semen.
Anyway, so again, speaking of semen, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the game, is a video game you can play on your home video game console systems. And if you did that, you'd probably regret it, mostly. I didn't pay anything to play this game. I haven't played it all yet. I've only played an hour and a half, and I'm really having a hard time wanting to go back at all.
So we're talking about a game that you don't like, don't want to play, and haven't played all that much. So let's wrap it up. Thumbs up or thumbs down.
I love Spider-Man, you guys.
Meh.
Okay,
They
we tell
got-
game.
they
We
got-
could
they
just
got-
like move along.
They got the one most important thing correct, though. The swinging is actually really good.
Okay. So Spider-Man has threesomes, foursomes.
Move along.
Oh,
Move
right.
along. Tony,
I'm
move
gonna make
along.
myself and you a sandwich.
Okay, well, I also played Octodad.
Anything like
Else played
Octomom? No.
No, it's a game where you pretend to be a dad, but you're an octopus. So you get married to this lady, and then you have 3 kids, and then you have to go around and do menial tasks. But
Okay.
you control each limb individually. So, yeah. So to walk, you literally have to drag one leg forward, then the other one forward, and the other one forward, and then you have to like grip things and move them around. It's a lot of physics puzzles that get really, really frustrating. But as a quick downloadable game, it took me about 2 hours to complete, and I was still pretty happy with it.
I got just a side question on that. So the primary interface that you used was a mouse, right?
No, this was played on PS4 for me.
Oh,
But
on
I believe
PS4.
it's on. I believe it's on PC as well, and I think you
'Cause-
used the mouse there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I've seen it on there. Do you think maybe interacting with the character through like a touch screen would make a huge difference?
I don't know how it would work with a touch screen necessarily. I guess you could like grab each individual limb, but the thing is you can't really move them at the same time. If you're moving one, you can't move the others. So, say you're walking, you can't like grab something as you're going by because the control sticks on it. One is for like movement on a plane, and then the other one is for moving up and down.
Okay. Yeah.
So you actually have to control them with both sticks for each limb at all times. So it gets kind of complicated, especially towards the very end, where you might fall off of platforms like 100 times and want to kill the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it ended right after I was just getting really frustrated with it. So I think it ended at a good spot.
Good.
Like, because there's that
It
sense of,
ended
like,
right when you needed to
conquered-
end.
I conquered the game, guys. And so I felt good that it was done and that it didn't get more complicated than that. And then I also got Cell Damage HD, which is the HD remake of Cell Damage, which originally appeared on the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. Does anyone know what that is?
I do. Yes.
Right. So for those who don't, it is basically Twisted Metal but cell shaded.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty bare bones. It's got 4-player local co-op and stuff, or not co-op, but like versus modes and stuff. So it's a fun little party game, I think. I'm excited to play it in the future. But it just came out on PS4 and Xbox One and PS3 and Xbox, I think. So it's all over the place. And
Yeah,
it's
all
pretty
platforms
fun.
that I don't play.
I think it was also for the Vita. Also.
Yeah, might be on PC also. I mean, it's on a bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Robin, what have you been up to?
Work.
Since I gave you horrible crap about playing WoW.
You gave me horrible crap about playing WoW, and you were still definitely playing it too.
I may have resubbed the other day.
I never said I stopped. Cause I pretty much didn't. I might have stopped for like a month, but yeah. I'm playing again, playing specifically with some people that I know locally. Just basically trying to get to the point of being able to play with them. But I'm afraid that I'm also kind of leaning towards the fact that I know that they're not all necessarily the tier of player that I'm used to playing with. So, see how long that goes.
I think I fell. I've gone back to flex rating. They're not even flex rating LFR.
I just want to play with people again, and that's not playing with people. That's playing with fucking scrubs all over the place.
So bad.
Yeah.
That's playing with the great unwashed masses of WoW. The derps come with the, well, mostly derps, yeah.
I miss my old alliance, eventually Horde guild that played together. Very tight-knit group of 10 that knew what the fuck they were doing.
Well, which actually, I think Warlords is going to bring everything I've read about Warlords and everything that kind of the way they've been talking about. Well, we realized what made WoW really cool, and we kind of screwed up with Cataclysm, and we've kind of screwed up with Mists of Pandaria. I think they really understand. People really like Burning Crusade and Lich King.
You know, I'm surprised because for a long time I didn't think that I liked Burning Crusade, but thinking about it, that was like the golden age of raiding in my brain, because that's when I was still doing the 40 mans and the surprise topping the DPS meter for 2 fights once.
And to me, I see, especially ICC and towards the end of Lich King is where they found their nice, I think was what I was considering nice balance of 5-mans and raiding and quests and story. And unfortunately, the last 2 expansions didn't have that.
And hopefully their flex rating takes care of the problem that was also introduced in Burning Crusade, which was the guild-killing jump from 10-mans to 25-mans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was very painful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know exactly what that was like. I pretty much quit
Oh.
raiding.
So, like, the first major raid in Burning Crusade was Karazhan, which, 10-man
So
group.
amazing.
I
And
miss
then you go to,
Karazhan so much.
Yeah. Karazhan was a lot of fun. And
Let's
then
see how many times I can die by face-pulling things.
and then everything on up would be like Gruul's Lair. So it's like,
Well, sorry. There's actually, I don't know if you guys had a chance to read it, there's an article that Blizzard put out about that's where they discovered Friends and Family was Karazhan. We all of a sudden created this entirely new group of raiders that we didn't mean to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Karazhan was a lot of fun. Even if you had somebody new, getting them introduced to raiding, that was like a fun place to do it because there was a storyline, there was
Storyline, different events, events that would change every time you went into it. There was strategy that had to be done to actually complete it. You weren't just standing in one spot and hitting things. It was organized. You had to know how to play your class, but it wasn't terrible to pull people in that were entirely new to what they were doing. It was so much fun. I died 10 times and got like all of the battle res. Because enhancement shaman. Just wait on hands, and punch, and I'm dead.
And I mean, like, everything I've read really makes me feel that the way they're structuring things, the idea of how they're making flex rates normals and have that whole... We want that Friends and Family vibe, but not have it so nerfed that it's not fun.
So,
I was going to say... go ahead, sorry.
I'm hoping that the flex rate will allow just what they promised, a little flexibility. I'm kind of concerned that people are going to find that sweet spot where it's like, oh, for this encounter we found that, at 20, the boss is at this level, we're putting out this DPS, but at 21 it jumps like this high, 22 doesn't jump as high, 23 until... So I hope they balance it.
Someone's going to figure that out. You just know someone's going to number crunch that. And it's just whether or not people want to do the social fun thing or if they want to try.
Well, that's the thing, is let's face it, especially with some of us here who did like the more heroic, more hardcore rating, that's going to be Mythic, which is 20-man, which is weird as shit to start with. And the weird thing with Flex is they're saying it'll go up to 40-man?
Cool. That would also beg the question of like loot drops. At what size raid do the loot drops start jumping?
See, I'm wondering if because Flex is the new normal, if that the 40-man is set up to be per type of instance. So if you go into ICC, it's going to cap at 25, but if you go into Molten Core, it'll let you go up to the full 40. Because they're also apparently working on a system that will let you downgrade your gear for raids and dungeons. So that means we could actually go do Karzhan in appropriate gear.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun to actually do it and have it be a challenge again, just to be like, not go in and just roll things over.
But as they've announced the beta is getting closer, so we'll talk more about WoW when we hit a beta and we all get in the beta, or some of us get stuck into the beta and others don't, like certain other games we know.
That's an alpha. I played Heroes of the Storm before I joined you guys, and I won like twice in a row with a random group of people, watching people not know how strategy works when there's goals and quests involved in a MOBA.
Bronze League Heroes! Okay.
It's fun.
Let's see, what else we got? So, what else have you been doing, Robin?
LARPing. LARPing.
You've been covered in green stuff.
I covered in green stuff. There have been pictures of me on Facebook. I tried desperately to do a decent paint job for myself, and it was a very rushed paint job because it's like, oh god, I'm an NPC and I need to get ready to do this, and I have a goblin, green face, random other things. Go! No one's ready. No one's going to be ready for that 15 minutes. Why the fuck did I do this so fast? Yeah, I got to NPC a quest with a character that I partially created, after falling down the stairs in my house, so I couldn't actually play the game or risk anyone hitting me because of bruises.
Yeah, that's something, actually, now that you mention art NPCs and role-playing, I really think when 5th Ed hits, we should do a all-together podcast. Because 5th edition doesn't have like the weird grid movements that 3.5 and 3 do. It's more about the storytelling of the old like AD&D and old school D&D. And I volunteer Tony to BM.
Okay.
He's just like,
because if I do it, I'll find a way to work Power Rangers into it.
Do it.
no.
You trust me to make it? Okay.
You pick up an armor, it's suddenly red.
It just makes me think about the freaking Diablo book I'm reading right now.
It has Power Rangers in it?
No. Bloodstained armor. Yay. Yeah. Oh my god. What we should do, since there's at least 3 of us playing it, is just have
Hearthstone.
Dante stream some Hearthstone.
I will be streaming some Hearthstone. I actually got to lay transitioning and stuff I've been doing. I've been fixing my streaming with the help of MIDI and a few other people to get the channel up and working a little bit better. Getting overlays, getting my setups for open source broadcaster a little bit more proper so I don't have weird laggy issues. And it's coming along nicely. So hopefully as we get closer to the 100, because I've got A-Kon coming up at the end of this month, so I'm between major audits at work and that's my focus. And last weekend I kind of was on a sake binge and decided to redo the logo and the website and everything in a few hours randomly.
Not a good idea. Well, a good idea for productivity, not a good idea for being 100% happy with the product when you're done. I don't know what to say.
It motivated me to do something about it, and I think it looks quite a bit better than it used to. It's more of a weird balance between the original logo we had, the weird podcast logo Luke designed color-wise, and kind of Tony's idea in some regards. It was hard finding a font.
I don't know how much I had to do with it, but
well, I think the font
appreciate the sentiment.
It does kind of.
You guys did the real hard work. I mean, I had some basic ideas, but.
Let's see what else. I played some more Wildstar, which is sci-fi WoW, with like the weird Unreal Tournament announcer when you do multi-kills.
Oh god, all the things that the guy else. Congratulations! Holy crap, you didn't die! Congratulations, you got your 2nd level.
Well, no, he literally does that. It's like, holy shit, you've leveled, and it's like, really? You kill 2 mobs in a row, it's like double kill, and it's like, this is weird. Every time you go into a new zone, there's like a cheesy voiceover of what's going on in the zone. It's like the humor in WoW and pop culture taken to the 10th degree, thrown into a sci-fi setting, with all abilities are skill shots. Healing is skill shots, DPS is skill shots, tanking is skill shots. It has a ranged tanking class.
It's like everyone's favorite and least favorite thing in MOBAs. It's like, oh, look, skill shot. Oh.
It's this weird, bizarre MOBA, Duke Nukem-esque humor mixed with WoW thrown into a sci-fi setting.
Removing all sexism. Duke Nukem filled with sexism.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure about that. But...
There's probably still some sexism.
Yeah, but not...
I mean, Dante's playing.
Okay,
So.
This is the level Wildstar's probably at, and this is where Duke Nukem is. Pah!
Yeah, Duke Nukem's a little bit over the... Though, listening to John St. John read 50 Shades of Grey is tough.
You mean my close personal friend, John St. John?
What else have I doing? I finally beat Assassin's Creed Black Flag after how many months has it been out?
You're a better man than I. I stopped playing it. That's the first one I haven't beaten.
It irritated the shit. It's long enough we can talk about spoilers. The thing that irritated the shit out of me it is it really doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game storyline-wise because you never really officially become an assassin.
You just happen to have the things.
And then they're like,
well, you steal
we don't
Assassin's clothes at the beginning.
Oh, well, that's kind of...
Because you're a pirate.
I'm making it a thing.
And eventually you do meet up with the assassins in the area, and they're kind of like, we don't believe you earned that, but help us anyways. You'll do right by, and you find out he's the father of the first main character in 3.
Well, he's the grandfather of the main character in 3.
Yeah, it all ties together, and it's like, oh. Even the achievements, like, solve that one coming, and it's just like, really?
Well, yeah, we knew that from the start, though, that he was his grandfather.
Yeah, I kind of, for me, it was so far between the games, I kind of forgot about it. Like, it didn't lodge in my mind as much. In comparison to Ezio was such a better character. I bought Animal Crossing for 3DS.
Cool. How's life?
It's like I'm slightly ashamed at it and not at the same time. It's because I needed something else that wasn't Pokemon or Monster Hunter to play on my 3DS.
You did it wrong. You should have waited just a little bit and got Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, I'm
Bravely Default?
I already beat Bravely Default.
Oh, fair enough.
No, Tomodachi Life. That game was hotness.
Let's see. Still playing Magic pretty heavily. Been working on the website. And then this came in the mail today, and I am so happy.
Was that like a French bird?
Yes.
Yes, the word Yamato is French.
Sure. Sounds like a pelican.
Do you not even know what the Yamato is? It was a World War II battleship.
I love making you mad.
Where's that ban button? Hold on. But it's a live-action, as hard as this is to say, it's a live-action movie of an anime from the 70s.
They've been
pretty
hardcore doing the live-action animes.
But the thing is, unlike the Hollywood live-action animes, this actually came from Japan, which means it doesn't suck.
No, I don't count those.
Well,
I don't know. This
doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
In comparison to the American ones, it automatically, if it's a live-action anime movie made in America, it probably defaults to sucking. Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh God!
Dante, if I put 2 piles of shit in front of you, and one has a sprig of mint on it, that doesn't make it good. I mean, they're still both shit. I mean, it could be bad. Have you seen it yet?
I have. I will kind of admit to acquiring a copy from a friend, because it actually came out like 2 years ago, and it's one of those things I didn't really feel bad about it because it's like it'll never get licensed in the U.S. There's no way. Yamato is such a weird reference. No one will. It's coming out on Blu-ray. It's at Best Buy. So I went. I'm gonna
And they
support.
sold a whole copy. It's amazing.
No, they actually were. That's the last copy that was there when I went to go pick it up, and a few other people I know pick it up because it actually is a good film. It is a good story. The special effects are Hollywood level. The costume design, it's actually Aerosmith does the soundtrack, so it's
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's like the weirdest thing you could have said right there.
Yamato is like one of the. I would almost call it. It's Japan's version of Star Wars. In a way, it was that era when it came out. Like the original anime had them with bell bottoms. So, but it's actually worth if it ends up on YouTube, if it ends up on demand for like $3, definitely rent it. If you see it on sale, pick it up. I mean, it's definitely worth the $10 Blu-ray.
If you see a copy of it lying on the street as you walk by, pick it up maybe.
Tony, I still think you would like it. I mean, it's
maybe
it's a Hollywood sci-fi film without being produced in Hollywood. There are good movies produced outside of Hollywood.
Well, yeah.
Hollywood produces good movies?
I was gonna say there's not a lot of.
The new Godzilla looks pretty decent.
Yeah, that looks good.
Except he's apparently overweight.
And there's not
That's
Rodan.
Yeah, isn't that the ironic thing? It's like Japan is going, you made Godzilla overweight. The fat fucking Americans made him overweight, and it's just like.
They do it with everything, like Japanese in America. Like when Toyota had that Hatsune Miku ad campaign.
Oh, do we need to talk about Avril Lavigne and Hello Kitty?
Again? We did that last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we?
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently
Remember
she
she
is
was a
getting
singer.
married to the main singer in that other Canadian band everyone else wants to never listen to
Nickelback?
again. Yep.
Yeah, that happened like 3 years ago. She's been married for a while.
Wait, she's been married to the lead singer of Nickelback?
Yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
She goes from the Canadian punk beating Sum 41, the main singer there, and then that shifts over to Nickelback.
Hey, there you go, Fury. You can go to
Apparently, he
BlizzCon
helps
this
her
year
write
and see Nickelback.
her new music. So, if you want to
Wait,
hear quality music,
Nickelback is playing BlizzCon?
what?
Never will I go again.
Hey, Tony, as much shit as you give us for playing WoW, BlizzCon does have good fucking bands. They've had Tenacious D, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ozzy Osbourne.
That last year?
2
That
years
was
ago?
one good band.
2 years ago was Foo Fighters.
Foo
Oh,
Fighters?
2 years.
Still does
Such an
too.
amazing.
Really? You don't like
Foo Fighters.
Ozzy, you don't like Foo Fighters, you don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you don't like
The
Tenacious
Offspring?
D, Tony?
Those two, I said.
Offspring,
Two out
yeah.
of those four.
Uh,
I'll let you decide which two I meant were good. Although obviously, I said it the last one. So, yeah, I know they've got some good stuff. Obviously, Foo Fighters are good. Didn't they have a rap group recently?
No, they had MC Front a while ago, but I feel like they pulled him because of PAX and BlizzCon crowd, not the PAX crowd. As in, I saw MC Front a lot doing his thing in front of me, and I had no idea who the fuck he was till 2-3 years later. It was like, oh, I know who he is, and I like his stuff. Too bad I didn't know that then.
Yeah, he has a very unique sound.
Nerdcore.
Well, even for nerdcore, it's the
Oh,
rhythm
gosh.
the rhythm of his rapping is very unique.
Yes. I like it.
Let's see, and that leaves Fury. I think that leaves you.
Furry.
Oh no, we've got Luke too. Still. Holy shit, Luke's playing
We started
Final
with-
Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
nice.
And
that's Luke.
Just
And
looked
that's
down
Luke.
and Dante's flailing.
And I'll seek a pass too. Thank you.
But
What?
Wait, what? Who's
What?
doing what one? Where?
I don't know.
Fury, go.
Yeah.
I've been playing Don't Starve. Fun game. You might have heard
Oh
of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
good game.
So
I played it.
giving it a try.
Cat.
Killed the weekend on it. Yeah.
Tony has a cat.
This is my cat. He's right here.
Nice.
Kitty.
This is Tyrion.
Oh, he looks so delicious.
He's a big dummy.
Mm.
Got to
So
name
he's
here.
he's the opposite of Tyrion. Got it.
Well, you don't name them after you get them later. I mean,
Well,
he's like Tyrion when he's drunk. It's
Okay.
it's like Tyrion who is always drunk.
Hmm.
But Tyrion.
So lots of fucking nothing.
But anyway, back to what Fury was saying.
No, I'm good.
All of a
Like
sudden,
the
he's thinking about
that's
barbecue.
pretty What about you, Luke? How's Final Fantasy?
It's without having a decent computer. It's nice to get the MMO fix again. It's been a little while, and PS3 4. So, I actually got to say it's nice with the controller setup. Since having like your 1 through 0, you have like 16 buttons, which is nice.
Nice.
So I approve of this. In addition to 14, we're also playing Dragon's Crown, which is super fan servicey.
Yeah, that's a little understatement.
Just a little bit. But it's cool, like having like your 2D fighter, side-scrolling like Fist of Rage, which you don't really see a lot of anymore. Stuff is happening.
Who's that made by?
Vanillaware?
That's
That's who did like what Odin Sphere and
Yes.
Grimoire.
I would say.
I think so. So they do really pretty 2D stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Pretty 2D. Fight some stuff.
I'm just trying to, for the people at home who want to know more about this thing you're saying things about.
I think it's worth picking up. It's just, boobs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, it's
How do you feel about the men in the game? I hear they're
Penises
also objectified.
everywhere.
That was their argument for why the women could be objectified, was because the men were also objectified in the game equally. Do you feel like that's the case?
Do they have special ankle slapper armor?
No. Do they have the peephole in the Power Boy costume that I saw recently for some fan art?
No, it's like I'm sorry. It's more like your superhero, like itty bitty heads on huge torsos, which is more weird.
So it's like super muscular.
Yeah, like
Yes.
worse than your average comic book.
So they look like a Yankees player.
Yes, always. Yankees reference.
Or a Dodger, since Fury's in that territory. There we go.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
talking
more
about sports balls again.
A's and Giants.
Yeah, because our podcast should really talk about sports.
So
Totally no
You know what
sports.
we know a lot about? Sporting, you guys.
that's all we're going to talk about, where we talk about people who use the ball to do the things to score the points.
Here on the
Yes.
Sports Switch podcast.
All the
All the
points.
points.
Actually, that might actually
All
be
the
deep.
strikes and goals.
I have 3 strikes on the pitch, I think is how it's
Oh,
played.
I hit the ball. Is that a turkey?
Is that a trick?
It's an albatross,
Or a goal point unit.
which I learned albatross this week is a golf term.
What the fuck?
Fun fact.
Oh my god.
Is that anything like a birdie?
It's one more than an eagle, and an eagle's one more than a birdie. So it's like 3 under par is an albatross, apparently.
So how the fuck do you go from a birdie to an eagle to an albatross? What's 5? Ostrich?
Three's one.
I think.
Wow. You must just
Large meat
go
pterodactyl.
one on like
How-
a freaking 4 par.
To be fair, if you get 5 under par, that would have to be a really, really hard hole, and also you'd have to do
That's
really
what she
well on
said.
it. Par 5 holes are Look, guys, I don't know a lot about sports, okay? I'm just trying to explain the facts.
Yet you insist on continuing.
That's all I know.
All right. Here, you got anything else for this week?
I got nothing. I'm
Did
tired
anyone
as
watch
hell.
Louie?
All right. Let's move on to stuff.
No, nobody. Louie.
Nope.
No.
Movie.
New season started this week, so it's pretty good. You guys should watch that show.
Wow.
So you do watch the show.
No, I was thinking down Periscope.
And I was thinking about a song.
Okay. Good. Well, if you watch the show, you'd understand. I also played Space Team this week before we move on to topics. Have you guys played Space Team? It's an iOS game originally that came to Android recently, where it's a Star Trek bridge simulator. So you have a local co-op kind of thing, where you each have a control panel on your phone or device, and it'll scroll a list of instructions for you. And so you can either do it on your control device, if it's there, but if it's not, then that means someone else there playing with you has it, so you need to yell it out.
Oh, they played that on the Gauntlet.
Right. That's where the recognition set. People have heard of this game. I'm not crazy.
Yeah. They played that on the Gauntlet. Yay,
Right. It's kind of like you're each manning a different station on a starship.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it's pretty fun. And it's free, so now that it's on
Right.
Android, everyone should check it out for sure.
One more time, what's it called?
Space Team.
Space Team. Okay.
Yes, Space Team, because you are a team in space. And it's very good and completely free. In fact, I think the only thing you can buy in there is like donating to them, as far as I know.
Not really buying.
Right. So yeah, support them by at least playing it if you want to try it, and if you really like it, give them some money. But we can move on to topics of the week now. I just wanted to get that in there. So Pokemon announced a couple new games this week. Today, in fact.
I wouldn't say they're new.
Well,
How about the guy that called it, like, exactly?
I don't think I heard about that.
There is a guy that posted maybe about a year ago, just about a year ago, that's like, hey, you should release these games and call them, Blue Prime and whatever the fuck Alpha that they renamed them. Like, that's...
Omega Sapphire and Alpha
Yeah.
Ruby, I think,
Yep.
or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what he posted. Something that I saw on
was
Tumblr.
I'm not sure. Well, that'd be kind of impressive to get the names right, but obviously they were going to remake these ones next because they've been doing, every generation of new hardware, they've been putting out a remake of the, first generation, then the second generation, and now they're finally onto the third generation. So it kind of just makes sense. The name, however, is impressive. The thing that I thought was
Alpha and
interesting about
Omega?
this announcement,
Alpha and Omega?
The before and the after?
yeah, but you never knew what they were going to call it because with Red and Blue it was Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then it was Hard Gold and Soul Silver. So there was no way to know Alpha and Omega necessarily.
I not
It's
that
pretty
I
good
played
prediction.
Pokemon ever, but it's... Did you say Hard Gold? Because it's Heart Gold.
Heart Gold is what I said. I meant that at least. But anyway,
I was going to say yesterday was Freud's birthday, not today.
Yeah,
Is
that guy
Heart-
can be disproven
What'd you call
as a giant sexist fucking waste of space.
So like Chelsea lately.
Except his things are believed to be followed to some degree. I don't know.
I was like,
Sit here awkwardly.
But anyway, the
Sadly,
interesting
heard
thing about this Pokemon announcement we were talking about is that apparently these are supposed to be new adventures of some sort. At least that's what the announcement implied, was that it wouldn't, they're going to go back to that region, but it's not going to necessarily be the same storyline.
New Old Adventures, probably.
Right, which is good because that game was often criticized for its plot and stuff, but the things that it added, like 2-on-2 battles and Pokemon contests, were really expansive to the universe, so the mechanics were good. But if they can, create a cool new story in that same world, I think it could be really successful. Plus, mudkips.
Well, Fury unfortunately has disappeared from us for a minute, and we really can't talk Call of Duty without Fury.
We can't?
We can wait for him.
We can. Do we really need more? It's Kevin Spacey Call of Duty.
I mean, just the fact that there's another
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
No. I have a friend that is super happy for it, and good for her. Not my cup of tea.
You know what it looks like? Titanfall without robots.
Nah.
Titanfall looks cooler, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been having a lot of fun with Titanfall, you guys, and that's on 360. So.
It's like good. Another Call of Duty. Like they haven't even come out with like
online shooters anymore.
The second DLC for all the systems, and it's now it's a new game.
Well, it's because there's 3 studios on the 3-year rotation now.
Right, so, and this is the first year that we're actually seeing the 3-year rotation in effect.
That's
still, it's like that can't be good for their sales figures.
No, are you kidding me? Everyone waits to buy that stuff. Everyone's eating it up. They always do that. It's never going to be different.
Their sales figures are still going up at this point. So
until they do something really stupid or someone does it a lot better.
I mean, Ghost still sold really well, and it was apparently not very good by most accounts.
Well, yeah, because people anticipate it. It's like, next-gen Call of Duty, holy shit, fish physics.
Fish physics?
Dogs.
But most people who bought it didn't buy it on next-gen consoles. Most people that bought it on last-gen stuff, on 360 specifically.
And that's the funny thing about this is some of the reactions to this new Call of Duty. People are like, damn it, you're taking a step back. Where's our next-gen dog with, Titan, or not Titan armor, but, exoskeleton armor on the dog?
No, not exoskeleton armor on the dog. It has to be able to speak. It has to have a collar like that dog and up and speak.
Yes, because that would be moddable.
That would be the best thing
ever. Snoop Dog pack.
Dog. I love you.
Dog.
Squirrel.
I've still not actually watched that movie.
Unfortunately, I have a really good friend named Doug who's the head of medical, and that movie came out right before A-Kon. So he had to go through the entire weekend with about a 30-person staff coming up to him occasionally going, Hi, my name is Doug. I love you. Squirrel. And just would walk off, and it drove him insane.
That's hilarious.
Of course, the same person also has Doug Life tattooed on his stomach.
Oh my god. Why, people? As I immediately think about Lindsay Tuggy, who's no longer to be Lindsay Tuggy, Rooster Teethy stuff.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, Red vs. Blue.
Red vs. Blue started again. Yes, it did.
And
did you watch?
Yes, it doesn't suck as much as I. Well, there's emotional story there somehow.
It's kind of. Honestly, it's kind of Miles's thing to write very good emotional story.
It didn't used to be. Let's face it. When Red vs. Blue started off, it was.
This is because it's Miles writing.
Okay.
And not Bernie. Nothing against everything that Bernie wrote before, because that established the humor and everything in characters. It's more of the.
When did it change? Because I didn't know someone new was writing it.
Part of the way through last season, some of the episodes I think were written by Miles. They weren't fully all written after season 10. I think they weren't all written by Bernie.
Well, and that's kind of the weird thing is that makes me think that Miles was writing more of the whole season 9, season 10 arc, which pulled a lot of people away from it, who were used to that old style, and then 11 brought back into that style.
I've just read an article on this, and I already forgot exactly when things kind of shifted. Either way, it's doing really good, and I feel like it's not really deviating. If anything, the last 2 seasons are trying to throw back to what they were. At least, with variants in there, of course, but to throw back into the, the characters that everyone loves kind of standing around the box canyon and wanting to just have to deal with each other.
Well, I mean, it as a medium, it needs to move forward, absolutely.
I think someone's dog has to go to the bathroom.
I don't know.
I think it's Luke. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking kind of that, did you guys hear the news about the Halo TV show?
There's going to be a... No, I did not, obviously.
It's on Showtime?
Yes, apparently Showtime wants to pick it up now. Because it was originally going to be just on Xbox, but now apparently, if the deal goes through, it would come to Showtime first and then go to Xbox. So that could be interesting if Showtime... I feel like Showtime could do an interesting, or probably good, but at least interesting job with the Halo series.
The other bizarre thing that popped up today was, and it broke on MTV News, but right before that happened, Jason David Frank put out a Twitter to his fans, is they're rebooting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie.
I heard about that actually.
Wait,
not that long ago.
like they starting from when I actually used to watch it, when I was like freaking...
It's going to be the original Power Rangers team, the Mighty Morphin, and they're possibly, because the rumor was, it's the same company that picked up the movies with the chick Katniss Everdeen, Hunger Games. It's the same production company behind the Hunger Games, and they're going to make. The rumor is they're going to make Lionsgate is going to make the Power Ranger series, because they want this to be a jumping off point for a movie series, that they want to make it PG-13 or PG. They wanted to make it a little bit more aggressive, a little darker for the fans who grew up on it. And not necessarily aim it at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds. They want to aim it at the teenage to young adults. And I was like, you know what? That could actually be kind of cool, because there's actually a Japanese show that's in the same kind of...
You say that now until Michael Bay jumps on to produce it.
No.
There was rumor he was going to take over Voltron, and that just...
I think he's already mangled one Transformers.
2 franchises.
Yes, well, that's... Yes.
He still didn't direct that one.
He produced it.
Yeah, but he gave the turtles noses.
Yes,
Why do you say he did that?
And lips.
Because it's his style. Dude,
His style is to have lips and noses.
The reason he's now just the producer is because people started going off on all the changes he wanted to make as the producer, like making them aliens and not having Splinter and all sorts of crazy shit, dude. No. Michael Bay is pulling himself back, because it's the same thing with Shyamalan.
Shyamalama Ding Dong?
Yeah, there's a recent movie, After Earth.
Or as I call him, M.
After Earth was directed by Shyamalan.
Right.
But you don't see his name on the promotional material for that fucking anywhere. Because people are like, oh, shit. After what he did with Avatar and everything else, yeah.
Yeah, but Michael Bay still makes money, and people actually like what he does.
For now. Moving on.
Transformer!
That is still the best line in movies this year.
I just want to see it for that line.
Just Mark Wahlberg.
I just want to hear him say that. I'm going to stand up and then leave the theater. I will record myself doing this.
Speaking of fun movie news, since we're getting close to the end of the podcast, is Star Wars Day was 2 days ago. Yay.
May the Fourth be with you.
And they put out the first full trailer of Rebels, which is the new animated series by the same animation house that did Clone Wars. And one of the neat things about it is it's between episode 3 and 4. It is canon. It's all new characters. So it's the new Disney Expanded Universe.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big things about it is that like the ship design and the character design is based off of actually the concept art for the original series. So we're going to see more TIE fighters that look like TIE fighters and Star Destroyers. It's going to look like the Star Wars we grew up on. And there's two kind of interesting spoilers / rumors is Boba Fett's in it and Obi-Wan's in it, which will make Obi-Wan the only character, non-droid character, that's been in basically like every film and series. Because he's in Clone Wars, he's in the prequels, he's in the original trilogy, he'll be in this, and they're saying Rebels will have a direct connection to Episode 7. So it's either I guess the characters will age, and we'll get to see live-action counterparts, apparently, of them. So it's kind of interesting for them to hold this. Disney's doing this whole interconnected Marvel Universe thing with Star Wars now, which is what we were all hoping. And the writing for Clone Wars was really good. So it's the same creative team behind Clone Wars that's behind Rebels, and if they have a direct connective action to Episode 7 and what Disney's doing, that means it's that whole foreshadowing stuff we get to watch in the series that'll happen in the movie, which we kind of need to see over the next year.
Yeah, but we also need to take into account that there's not just one movie coming out. First off, it's a trilogy, and there's going to be other movies in between those episodes. You know, they're really going to start building this universe out like crazy. Did you hear they also announced 4 or 5 different books that are the first in the new expanded universe?
No, I did not. So that's a big one for me because I did enjoy reading some of the books. Some of the books were really well written.
Let me see if I can find a link to that.
But the other fun thing about this is, for me, I am a huge Obi-Wan Kenobi fan. I mean, I loved Alec Guinness as an actor, Sir Alec Guinness. I love Ewan McGregor as an actor. He's one of my favorite actors, period. And I hope we get to see that transition where he becomes more of the grizzled, older Obi-Wan during the series. Because I think he's portrayed the character. The portrayal of the character across mediums has been pretty cohesive. So, I mean, he's the only one that's really been cohesive, if you think about it. Moving on, as he looks for that. Last two things.
I might have
so, has anyone heard about the $500 NES you can buy?
The one that's made of aluminum?
The aluminum costs $60 more for an HDMI port, RGB, the best version of a physical cartridge you can play on a high definition or old school TV, and it will replicate scan lines on your high definition TV.
Yes.
Nice.
And apparently it's actually supposed to be higher quality RGB output than the original systems had. And it's actually using the original hardware too. So it's the same CPU. So it's not emulating, it's actually the NES hardware.
Yes.
But it's also $500.
Because it's $500, they can afford to do all that.
Well, from what I've also heard, if you bought the components separately to do this, the converters and an actual NES and the converter, and to mod it to be able to run the converter, it would be actually more expensive. So if you're that hardcore of a Nintendo fan and actually have physical cartridges, it's almost worth it. I
actually do.
I mean, if you have, I would say, over 50 cartridges, it's probably worth the investment because, let's face it, your NES at some point is going to break.
Oh, yeah.
And finding a good working NES nowadays is getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can't reach it, but I actually have I think the proudest thing I have in my collection is I have a boxed copy in really good condition of Mario Brothers, the original. And what the heck is he holding? Jesus. Oh, that's a Cloud Sword. Why the hell do you have that all of a sudden?
Why wouldn't you have it?
For so
I don't, only because I've...
really need a list of reasons? Or?
It's huge.
Enemy swords are highly unwieldy, that's why.
I have Ichigo's Bankai over in the corner. which is just as
5
big.
feet long.
I think the Daishi is taller than I am.
Oh, jeez. Sometimes people shouldn't have disposable income.
It was a Christmas present, damn it.
I actually got this. I got a really good deal on it. There's no other reason to have this other than, yeah.
Well, now you have to cosplay something involving it.
Right. So it's going to happen, even if it's going to be Deadpool flying around a huge fucking sword.
There you go.
If you do Deadpool, please attach a sign that says, I'm not overcompensating for anything.
But Fury has a... Oh.
I like it, Luke.
Yes.
I'm still going to pad the costume, too, in the crotchular area. Yeah.
Yes.
He wears such
I'll give him, like, 2
Oh
cocks.
my god.
Just,
One for each pant leg.
no, just do the whole thing down the side of the spandex of the leg.
Right, yeah. Like, you know, like he cleft himself in twain. And
That's not what they were going for at all.
That's exactly what I was going for.
That's what I'm going for.
That's like hentai level right there.
Yeah, nothing says loving like Diphalia.
Why do I feel like I need to find something else to show off that has nothing to do with any of this?
So those Star Wars novels, I found them.
Put the link on put the link on Twitter.
Twitter.
That seems like a lot of work.
But Fury, since you're a bit of a old school Nintendo fan as well,
Oh yeah.
I actually have a boxed copy of Duck Hunt. Not Mario Duck Hunt, not Mario Track and Field Duck Hunt, just fucking Duck Hunt.
Wow.
I've only ever seen one copy.
That's I don't think I know.
And of course I have Techno Bowl.
Oh, one of my favorites. I got that too. Hell, I've got Dragon Warrior, the original Final Fantasy. I'm sure the batteries in those have gone.
Actually, those supposedly last a decent while, and you could just pop her open and put new ones in.
Cool.
Anyhow,
Yes.
we've been running a bit long. We apologize for everyone for starting late.
You have that T-shirt.
Yeah, we have a link. It's teespring.com/geekswitchpodcast. We have T-shirts now. Yay!
Order t-shirts. Make it happen.
What are t-shirts?
Could you describe T-shirts?
It has our new logo, the new awesome logo that is not the old logo.
What are T-shirts, Precious?
T-shirts. Eh?
And if the T-shirts do well enough, Robin will make us art of a hamster covered in like slight
Questionable materials.
Yeah.
And I will actually, if we can get through all the T-shirt sales, anything left over will be used to set up a web store with T-shirts, halter tops, panties, boxers.
And we might even sell scratch and taste underwear.
No.
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 Yes.
That's right.
Only if Luke can ship those over from Japan.
Not scratch and taste, Robin.
I will find a guy.
If we sell enough T-shirts, I will look into logoed assless chaps.
Nope.
Fury.
Nope.
Whenever somebody says assless chaps, I think of Englishmen.
Nope.
I'm not knowing
someone
any connection that one.
mentions assless chaps, you're halfway there.
Okay.
But I already have chaps.
Great.
The best reaction out of that is Robin just slightly looking up, going, "Uh-huh."
You want me to
Please,
look them
go on.
out?
So,
It's funny, I'm randomly looking at a book, and I don't know why, but it's about pasta.
so if for some reason you still support
That
this,
was the book that was there.
You know, I can even make this a deal. Like, if we manage to sell enough shirts, I'll actually wear chaps during one of the podcasts.
If we actually sell enough things, I will put on fucking garb. I will deal with putting on a corset by my lonesome. I will sit here.
I could be wearing my chaps right now, I'll be honest.
if we sell enough shirts, I will continue to be on this podcast. Now no one's gonna buy them. Damn it! Why did I do that?
We've already sold 4, so we need.
You can't get it back. I'm just kidding. There's probably returns.
I'm gonna wander over and get my T-shirts tonight. But
All right.
Mother's Day is coming up, and I'm tired too, so I don't think it'll happen tonight. But soon.
The sooner we hit 10, the sooner they ship. And if we get them in, I might actually have some at A-Kon to give away. So.
Woo!
There you go.
Nice.
So go ahead and order a shirt from us. If you want to support us in other ways, of course, you can go on to iTunes, review the podcast, and subscribe to it. On Google Plus, we have a page. It's google.com/+geekswitchnet. Or if you're watching the video version, you can see it on Dante's screen there. We also have an email address. Do we have any emails this week?
Oh shit! Yeah, we actually did.
What?
We'll have to get to it next week because
Hold on. Well, it's a really quick one, and since Fury might not be
I
on
need
here,
a vote, guys. Who wants to read this email this week?
I need Fury to sign my tits. Actually, scratch that. How much for everyone to sign my tits? Your favorite Mistress of Shadow.
Well,
Yes.
I think it's totally.
Yes.
It comes down to how much you think it would cost to fly us to the location.
To try and get us all into one
Yeah.
location in which you are to sign said
I
goodies.
would charge nothing for my signature, if that's what you're asking. But the key is we have to be in the same location for that to be a thing. So, what about you, Fury?
What?
How much would it cost for you to sign this lady's bosom?
Somebody wants. Wait, what? I missed the question.
Apparently.
The podcast email was, I need Fury to sign my tits. Actually, scratch that. How much for everyone to sign my tits?
Now, how did you? What are you doing?
With.
Are you jerking
Does
off
she want
right
me
now?
to? Why
What is
would you-
happening?
Are you not?
Yeah, absolutely, I'm not.
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
It's not
I
even a question
apologize
I have
to
to
anyone
ask.
that actually knows me personally currently watching this.
So wait. She needs me to sign with what? My teeth?
All I know is it
Your
says,
teeth, right?
With my
I don't-
pen S?
again, Fury, she said for you, and then for everyone, and then she is our favorite Mistress of Shadow, and everything sweeter with a little sugar.
Oh, I'd have to sign it in the light so, it comes out. But I'd be happy to do that. If you're in the Northern California area, I'd be more than happy to do that.
So should we dub this person, since we have pterodactyl?
No, this one would be what? Mistress Sugar? I like Mistress
You
Sugar.
generally have to get more than one email, but we do appreciate it.
Yeah, we need more than that.
Mistress Sugar?
Yeah.
And they
If you
did
send
get
us emails, you get to be a friend of the show.
and they did get a Wildstar beta key. From
Yay!
So,
See, look, if
you
you
do
write it,
give
you
shit
get
to
free
people. Yes, I have
I
copies
would
of
be-
Monaco to give away.
Happy to sign her breasts and any other body parts she may or may not have.
But anywho, that was our one email we had. Yay!
Right. Yes, if you want to watch older episodes of the show, or actually, hold on. Before we get to there, if you want to send us emails, just like the Mistress of Darkness, what was the name?
Mistress of Shadow.
Mistress of Shadows, just like the Mistress of Shadow. If you want to send us emails, you can send them to podcast@geekswitch.net.
I think Fury's trying to break his hip bones.
If you want to
Yeah,
watch this
something like that.
episode, or older episodes, or watch them live as they're recording, you can always watch them at youtube.com/geekswitch.
Chaps.
Yes.
Assless.
Great. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I don't know why you would ever want to do that. The website is @geekswitch. I am @Tony Livingston. Fury is @AsslessChaps.
Assless Chef
Assless
Fury.
chaps. Like Englishmen.
See if that Twitter handle's
Now,
been
Fury, what's your Twitter handle?
happening.
And not Furioso.
Luke?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, it's at no shame. Oh, I wonder if that one's taken.
No one will be able to find you there. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
one's
waiting
listening to
for
this point.
Itch's
Everyone has turned
comments.
it off
I'm
by
waiting for Itch's comments now, Fury.
All I gotta say. Oh, God damn it.
Luke, what's your
We'll talk
Twitter?
afterwards.
I'm at Final Strike.
With a Y. Robin?
I'm at YTRain, YTRAHNE.
And Dante.
I'm at Kirwin, and you can catch me on Twitch here in the next month or so at twitch.tv/Kirwin. Yeah.
Where you'll
Yay!
be live streaming fetish videos through
No.
PlayStation.
No.
Stop it.
And finally, there's the Facebook fan page. That's facebook.com/geekswitch.net, where you can keep up with all the grandmas who watch our show.
I really
The
hope no
what?
one's grandma watches the show.
Isn't that who uses Facebook?
Dude,
It's all
I'm sorry. If we have a grandparents watching this show, I will be happy because that will be an entire demographic we never expected. And they're probably watching because of Fury.
Well, you bring out the
Yeah.
traps, so obviously.
That's Sabertooths? Saber Tigers?
He's like
They're
a
not
Wooloo
cougars at
original.
that point. Oh,
I think it.
Wait a second.
I'm not listening anymore.
This
I
is
don't
from
like-
Hard, and you have to
Sugar out
suffer
there.
for a long time. Why? Was that misinterpreted? I don't. So that's been the show. Most of it has involved Fury changing or eating. It's involved Robin getting angry at people for many things, as per usual.
I'm
Luke is
guiding
still
light
here
and moral
in
compass.
the United States for some reason.
Oh
Won't
god.
leave. Keep trying to get him out of here.
Nope.
And of
And-
course, Dante. I don't even know what to say about you.
In my screen, if I turn this way and stick my tongue out, it'll be in Luke's ear.
That's
Not accurate.
Okay, who'd I just
just let let him do what he wants. That's fine. It's
And you know what? Next week not next week. In 2 weeks, when we have our next episode, we will discuss the brand new article that popped out about Danzig to sue everyone on Earth.
yes. And
Until
on the
then.
next episode, we will talk about the finale of Shield.
Shield.
Oh, we
Except-
didn't even talk about Shield yet. No.
Well, yes, but we're gonna.
The only thing I want to say is
But there will have been. It will be 2 weeks later, so no one will have an excuse.
Fuck you, Ward.
initiate file transfer?
Fuck you, Ward.
Fuck Ward the whole time. What do you,
All I have to say is
Anyone
there's a
ever liked
picture
Ward?
of
Come
the
on.
actress who plays Mei Lin on the 4th of May. That's kind of funny.
You mean Melinda May?
Yes.
Yes.
She apparently is a huge geek and for the 4th dressed up as Slave Leia.
Nice. Hell, I did too.
I love her.
All right.
All
Until
right.
next time.
keep it switched on.